Hello everyone. I am going to discuss about the introduction of the Indian Contract Act 1872. Before studying or getting deeper into this act, let all first understand when was this act made. From the title itself you can understand that this act was passed in 1872. So the year of this act is 1872. Next, come to the word act in the title. Act are different types of laws that pertain to specific states of affairs and circumstances. So acts also passed by the parliament because to let people know the rules and regulation about specific situations, and it contains various provisions relating to it. That's called as an act. Next, move to the word Indian in the title. The word Indian, what does that imply here? The word Indian implies this act is applicable to India, the territory of India. I would say it is applicable to whole of India except for the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Most of the act, if you see, applicable to whole of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Why? Because Jammu and Kashmir has a special status in the Indian constitution, wherein Jammu and Kashmir has been given the right to form and enact in its own act. But except in the case of national importance like defense, accelerated to army, or accelerated to emergencies like that. Apart from these things, Jammu and Kashmir has the right to form the act for itself, but Indians act are not applicable to it. Finally, coming to the word contract, which is the most important word in the whole act. Contract is nothing but the agreement which is enforceable by law. You should not confuse with the word contract and agreement. From the general point of view, both are same like that all people will think, but they are not same. It's different. Contracts are different from the agreement. Okay, if two parties are entering into a contract with the promises of something in return, if anyone broke the promise, broke the obligation, that time this Indian Contract Act will enforce it or will support you. That's called as a enforceability by law. So agreement which is enforceable by law is called as a contract. Let's see in brief. Indian Contract Act 1872 prescribes the law relating to contracts in India, only in India. This act was passed by British India. If you see the word British India, what is that British and as well as India? Because 1872 it was passed. That is so many years of before our independence. So that time we are under the control of Britishers. So in India, British passed this act in Indian Parliament, not in British Parliament, in Indian Parliament. So only this act was passed by British India. Passed by Britishers, and the place it is our India. So only this act was passed by British India and based on the principles of English common law. Okay, so it is applicable to all states of India except the state of J&K, because that state having a special status in the Indian constitutions. But even though it's not included, the Jammu and Kashmir organized the same contract act, same Jammu and Kashmir Contract Act. They have been adopted later and name it called Jammu and Kashmir Contract Act. Okay, so this act was enacted on 25th April 1872, but it came into force on 1st September 1872. Let's see the purpose of the act or objective of the act. It allows person to create the law themselves. It means It creates just in personam, not just in rem. What it's just in personam na? It's the right against the persons. It means the right to enforce a particular person's obligation by instituting an action against such person. That's called as a just in personam. It's nothing but the right against some specific person. Not just in rem. Not just in rem means it doesn't give any right against a thing or against the goods at large. Okay, only to a specific person. That's called as a creates just in personam, not just in rem. This is the main and important objective of this act. Let's see the divisions of the Indian Contract Act. Originally it had 266 sections. While passing this act, it had 266 sections. Let's see what are they. 1 to 75 is related to general provisions. 76 to 123 it's related to sales of goods. 124 to 147 it's related to indemnity and guarantee, which is the important topic. 148 to 181 bailment and pledge. 182 to 238 related to agency. 239 to 266 it's related to partnership. But in 1930 they removed the part of 76 to 123 from this act and made a separate legislation called Sales of Goods Act. Similarly, in 1932 also, they removed the last part of this section. 239 to 266 was removed and a separate legislation is formed that's called as the Indian Partnership Act. So, the remaining provisions of this act will tell about different types of contracts, how a contract is made, what will be their elements, all about this. So these are the important provisions of the act under the Indian Contract Act 1872. This was the introduction of this Act 1872. So we are in the end of the session. So by using this link which was displayed in this video, you can test your confidence level of this video content. Copy the link and paste it in your browser and click on the study the flashcards and you can play the flashcards. You can test your confidence level by using this link. Thank you.